Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Alan Davis. And Alan, it's September. September is a very important time for people in your industry. It's Life Insurance Awareness Month. Let's talk a little bit about how important that is and what it means to get that out to our general public.
Yeah, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. It's really about making people aware of how important and all the things that life insurance can do for you. A lot of people thinks they're immortal or it's not going to happen to them, right? And the statistic is quite stunning as to how many people actually die in this country, every day. And so it's a fact of life. And bad things happen to good people. And so, that's where life insurance can really come into play. It's going to keep, if you're worried about whether your spouse is going to stay in their house and your kids are going to be able to live there, or they're going to be able to continue to go to school, or make sure that they've got a roof over their head, life insurance can do that. And it creates an instant estate for pennies on the dollar.
When you talk about life insurance, the important thing there is making sure that there's something left behind for your family. I mean, in today's society with the cost of living, and if you're the single breadwinner, if you're the sole income for the family, or even if you have a dual income, there's a certain lifestyle that your family has become accustomed to. But more importantly, it's sometimes leaving a legacy behind too, isn't it?
That's right. Life insurance can allow you to, like I said, create an estate for pennies on the dollar. And it really does allow you to leave a legacy, for your kids, right? So that your kids have a college education. Because right now, what does everybody read about? Kids are swimming in college debt, right? So, and that's could be even compounded if one of the parents aren't there to help the situation, and, life insurance can also serve a lot of other purposes because it's one of the very few products that if something doesn't happen to you prematurely, you have a cash value that's built up in that contract and you get your money back. There's not too and then some. And, there's just not very many products in the market that's going to do that for you. Afford the protection, you'll get your money back with interest, and it'll actually be ahead of wherever if you figure the cost of living. So, it's a great product. We have all kinds of plans. We have something that we can get you started, for really, literally pennies on the dollar for the face amount. Particularly if you're young and healthy, it's really a good bargain. And you can build into those life insurance plans. So, it's not like you've got to spend hundreds of dollars a month to have a really, really good quality plan that if something untimely happens to you, it will serve for generations to come, quite frankly.
When you're working with people like me, who I have my insurance with you, we're always talking about multi-policy discounts. We're always talking about making sure your house is insured, making sure your automobiles and everything on your property, your farm are insured. But sometimes we forget about things like life insurance. And when people come in to sit down with you, that's one of the things you do. You try to customize a plan for them and their family.
That's right, Dan. And it's, like I said, we have a lot of different plans, so not one size fits all. So it's important to do that. And yeah, you brought up a great point. You say, gee, the bank tells me I got to insure my house, right? The bank tells me the state tells me I've got to insure my car, right? But those things can all be replaced. With that a human. You can't be replaced. So money is not necessarily a replacement for you, but it can sure go a long way to help the pain. I've delivered, unfortunately, many death benefit checks in my life, and people. It is kind of interesting because I've never had anybody ask me what type of life insurance it is. Okay, they just want to know how much is the death benefit.
Well, when we talk about getting started too, it's not just something you do at mid-age when you start thinking about retirement or you're thinking about getting older, but it's something that our youth can get involved in right now. They can get started as early as 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, right?
Oh, most certainly, and that's the prime time to do that. Getting started at a younger age, you're much better off. And then we have a lot of strategies. We can actually tailor a program. The younger you are, the better off. We can show you how you can use that life insurance to have a tax-free retirement as well. So it's a great universal product.
Well, that's why we have September as Life Insurance Awareness Month so that we can get the word out and let people know how important it is to have that product available for your families when it comes to leaving a legacy, when it comes to protecting your family and your assets. It's always good to stop in and talk to an agent like Alan Davis. And if people want more information, as always, they can give you a call or check you out on the web, right?
That's right. You can go to alandavisinsurance.com. And quite frankly, there's a website out there. It's called lifehappens.org. That's always a great place to go to give you more information that is not developed by anybody selling the product. It just helps you as a consumer be better informed.
Thanks, Alan. We'll be back with more in Ohio Country today right after this.